Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Reese here from C Manga, and I'm joined as always by Raphael.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And welcome to our review of Hajime no Ippo Rising, episode 21, End of a Death Match. And seriously, what an end to this fight! I mean, seriously, this fight here was just brilliant.
Mm.
The actual fight itself, I don't have anything bad to say about it. It was just literally sit back and watch in amazement.
Oh man, this fight was good, man. Beyond, I definitely have to say, probably one of Takamura's best fights so far in the series.
Definitely, man. It's probably his hardest fight to date as well.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Obviously, starting off from the top of it, man. I've got to say, I think Eagle pretty much had like the best, like a pure advantage for this in this last episode.
Well, in this episode right
Yeah,
now,
he was
yeah,
kind of he was pretty much dominating it. You know when you actually kind of break it all down. He had
yeah,
Takamura on the ropes. It's like he pushed him
pretty
back to the ropes
much
how many times?
quite a few times.
Yeah, it's like sure, obviously you see his legs buckle a few times, but Takamura's buckled a hell of a lot more.
Yeah,
And then you got that friggin' doctor moment. Oh my God, that was one of the most nerve-wracking moments you've ever seen. It's like the guys are fully ready to put an end to the match. It's like, no, it's over. So it kind of would have come down to the thing of who is actually leading in terms of points at that moment. Because I don't exactly know, man. I would say it was pretty even all the way through.
yeah,
Because obviously you had at the beginning, Eagle, clear advantage, just watching Takamura continuously, blocking everything he threw, taking, like, fired it all back at him in them 1-2s. But then obviously the turning point came when he's got his eye cuts, and then Takamura began taking advantage, knocking him about, getting them points. So yeah, could have gone either way.
I think, I think it was close, but I think if it came to the decision, I think Eagle probably might have barely come out on top because if you were to look at it as an overall standpoint of, what he's done during the match, most of his stuff was much cleaner and um, what's the word I'm looking for? He seemed like his boxing was much cleaner and he had more, I'd say, hits on Takamura at the time. Because even if you're gonna, include round seven,
Yeah,
he kind of did have a slight advantage. And then obviously into the later round, he had more of an advantage. So yeah, I'd have to say I think he would win by decision.
it was good, man. But
Mm.
hell, the doctor moment there, man, it was just so. It's kind of like one of the weirdest things to watch. Because obviously, like, Eagle and Takamura, both of them pumped up. It's like, no, we're continuing. No, this match is going to go on. It's going to go on. Even the crowd, like, let them go. Let them continue, continue.
Yeah,
How must that doctor have felt, man? It's like, because
pressured.
obviously the right decision is to stop the match because, it's like, medically it's not right. They could both lose their eye. They could both lose their eyesight and stuff.
They could even lose their life, really.
Exactly, but it's like the fighters don't want this to end. The crowd don't want this to end. It's like, how
Mm.
could you end like their pride like that? It's not good. It's kind of like he's in kind of pretty much like a lose-lose situation, you know?
More or less, yeah.
It's like his career is pretty much on the line. If he stops it, he could get mobbed outside. But if he doesn't stop it, it's like, well, if he doesn't stop it and they both get hurt, it's like, well, that's your fault. You're gonna lose your medical license.
Yeah,
So yeah, man. But hell, lucky for them, second it did continue, round was over just then, so they can all get their shit together, sort those
and
cuts out.
yeah, I was just gonna say I was lucky, but Eagles teams at the time they pretty much had it down, didn't they? All they had to do was cut the eye. What was it? Cut above the eyelid towards the eye and stop the bleeding. So if it did bleed again, it would go the other way, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But Kamagaya now, he was struggling, like, and you could see the emotion there. Like, this is their obviously second world title match. Takamura wants this just as much as he does, and he's literally said that if it gets cut any further, it's going to go down to the muscle, and this is like much more severe than what you saw earlier. So he's thinking, crap, what do I do? And even Takamura's starting to lose hope because Kamagaya the kind of, hope for both Takamura and Ippo. So if
yeah,
they
man.
see him worried,
It's like
they're
the
gonna
guy
worry
know.
as
It's like the
well.
guy just always knows what's going on, innit? So it's like
Exactly.
if he's confident in them, it's like, yep, all right
They're
then,
gonna
I
get
know I can carry
confidence.
on. The
Yeah,
second they
but
see
this
him faltering, it's just like maybe it is over.
exactly. And then that pretty much, made Kamagaya think, I'm gonna have to freaking get my crap together, and he's like literally swearing on his own life to stop the bleeding. And from this moment, you could see, like the bond between them has developed so much. Like Takuma was like, "Don't bet your life on this. You got to live much longer and see me, claim the other four belts."
Exactly.
And the bleeding itself stops because of that, because his adrenaline has risen so much.
Dude, that's just a mad moment, and it's just like I
I
will not.
know,
This will not bleed any longer.
basically
It's
stopping his own blood vessels.
like you will not bleed. It's like, but I'm gonna bleed. Stop bleeding.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll stop. But hell, man.
yeah, that was a good moment. It was like, could tell quite a lot of emotion in that.
Exactly, man. But then you have round eight.
Good.
Round eight, man.
Oh,
That deciding round. Oh my God, both of them just went in. I swear, it's like if you just to kind of like just look at it, yeah, from the outside without having any allegiance to anyone, you're just like, Eagles gonna win this straight away.
mm,
Them 1-2s, so clean and sharp, man. It's just like Takamura didn't know what the hell he was doing. It's like the amount that they hit. It's like bam, bam, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, over.
yeah,
So for God's sake, man, both their cuts reopened as well. And yeah, man, like you pointed out, man, the fact that Eagles team did that, yeah, the blood didn't end up going in his eye.
yeah. So
Whereas
he had
obviously
the
with
advantage.
Takamura, he ended up seeing red.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh crap. He lost his left eye, he only had his right eye, and then to make matters even worse, those 1-2s ended up swelling up his right eye. Guy's blind.
Yep.
How are you gonna fight blind? In all seriousness, though, how can you actually fight a match blind? All he can see is his bloody feet.
It's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
You have no clue when the next punch is going to come. And as I said before, boxers are, technically their fists are classed as deadly weapons. So if Takamura was to take several of those without, freaking defending himself or the match ending, that would have killed him.
Yeah,
But lucky for him and Kamagai's training and and his animal instincts, that's what I meant to say, he persevered big time.
yeah, man. It's just like, okay, his feet are there, so I know he's in front of me. Therefore, hit
Yeah,
forward. And you
exactly.
know what, man? It's true. Coach Kamigawa's training, it is just on point. It always gets his fighters through. We've seen it time and time again. You know?
It
Um,
works at the world level, as you said
yeah.
before.
It's like the fact that obviously the way he trains them, it's like, it was even think like it was pointed out what in like episode 5 of the original series, I think it was.
Yeah.
You know when Ippo he first started training Ippo to hit the mitts. He's obviously like using the thinner mitts to kind of like get their confidence up, and then he's always keeping the mitts at vital points. So via
Mm,
muscle memory now they know that is where you're going to strike, and it's always going to be a deadly blow.
exactly. Like Ippo said, he said we could do this blindfolded. We've all been drilled training, as they say, to hit the vital points on the body. And literally, eyesight is just, you might as well say that's just a plus for them. That's so they can see where it is. As long as they know what the distance, the area, they can just feel it out, muscle memory, and just aim for that vital point.
Exactly, man. It's lucky that Takamura wasn't, David Eagle wasn't a freaking southpaw.
Good,
If
and
it
that
was a
would have been
southpaw
all
now,
over.
yeah, then yeah,
That
it
would
would have been over. There was no way he could have fought blind. You can't gauge that
exactly,
distance, man. Versus him being an orthodox boxer, he's just like, okay, his foot's there. I know exactly how far he is. Swing
exactly.
all of my power right here. And damn, that finisher, the finisher,
Good.
man, all began with that cross counter.
That left counter to the temple literally ended it.
Dude, that
My
was
God.
it's like Miata, man. You can learn a few things just seeing that cross. It's like this is how a cross counter is done.
Exactly.
Oh my
That's how you put
God.
someone
But once that hit you, you could actually, you just
down.
saw it. Eagle's
It wasn't
eyes
even just that. It
glazed.
was
His eyes
yeah.
glazed straight after that hit. You know, after that, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna keep punching. It's like I can't see your face. I don't know what's happening. I just know you're in front of me, so I'm gonna keep swinging.
And literally every single one hit the mark. All for the face, all for the jaw.
Dude, all of them had his full
Uh,
body weight behind of it.
exactly.
They were all like finisher hits, man. I'm
Uh,
surprised. He's been one of the only people to take that many hits. David Eagle's been one of the only people to survive yet after that many hits from Takamura.
and this is what makes that moment special is that Eagles remembering obviously Hawk, and he's like no wonder Hawk became the man he was after this fight with.
Takamura broke him, man.
So for David Eagle to come out of this fine, like mentally,
Yeah.
that shows you how strong of a man he is. Because Eagle just broke, he shattered. But like David Eagle's remembering all this, why he's getting the crap beaten out of him. Good,
Yeah, it just shows, man. Eagles just a stronger man.
yep,
Brian Hook runs on wild instinct. David Eagles all skill.
yep,
You know what I mean, man? It's like, it's true. This is definitely like Takamura's hardest fight to date.
yeah, definite. As we said,
Because obviously,
definitely
you
one
know, it
of
was
his
not
most
finished by like
difficult.
who was the deadlier beast. It was finished by
Mm,
who was it? Obviously, they're both skilled, but who had more determination to keep going.
yeah,
And even yeah, Eagle said himself, man, it's like he was just satisfied too early.
mm,
If he wasn't satisfied that early, man, he would have come out on top.
exactly. Who wanted it more?
Yeah,
And Takamura showed he wanted it more. He was more desperate to win.
exactly, man. So there you have
Good.
it. Takamura is now double world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Two down, four more to go.
Damn right.
Emotions were like really high at the end, man. Everyone's all happy for him. He's just overwhelmed. He didn't know what to do with himself. It's just like, yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, man, there is one bad thing I have to say about this episode, though. It was brilliant, but it was just the end, the haircut bet. It was just so much
Mm,
better in the manga.
yeah,
It felt
yeah.
really tacked on. You know what I mean? They gave it, what, 20 seconds?
Mm,
It's like they could have given it, what, like 3 minutes, and then they could have kept it as the manga was.
yeah, yeah.
For all of you who haven't read it, we're going to put a link to obviously that in the comments just so you can see what it is. But overview is obviously it's like Kimura, he kind of preempted the fact that okay, they didn't win, but at the same time they didn't lose. So he kind of like cut a little lightning bolt under his hair. So obviously Takamura was all satisfied by that. It's like, you look like an idiot. You got a lightning bolt in your head. Yeah, that's fine. Oki's obviously just like, what the hell? You bastard! How could you not tell me you were gonna do this? So obviously he tried to run, but Aoki being Aoki ended up getting knocked out by them guys. So Takamura, then the guys obviously while he's out cold, tried to do the papaya man haircut, messed up so many times that yeah, he ended up having this little style you see at the end, which looked like a piece of broccoli on his head. So yeah, that is basically how it ended up, and that was so much funnier in the manga. So you guys really need to read it. Seriously, need to read that bit.
mm.
But yeah, that doesn't obviously take away from the rest of this episode, which was friggin' amazing. It's just one thing which I noticed was just a bit kind of disappointing, seeing as how it was kind of like such a big staple of the whole Oki Kimura fight that they had. So yeah, it would have been nicer.
Yeah, that's I think that's about it, isn't it?
But yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode.
And more or less the series, because after this it's the post-war arc dedicated to Kamagai's previous voice actor who passed away last year. So expect a very, very, very emotional and interesting backstory of it's Nakota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nakota and Kamigai when they were in their glory days as boxers. It's really, really, really good little arc. Can't wait to see it animated, man.
Hell yeah, man. Ain't got to find them, ain't got to wait too long. Now you guys can see what we've
Mm,
been banging on about for however long. You can finally see, oh, yeah, these guys were right. This is
mm.
good. They ain't chatting shit. So yeah, guys, look forward to that one. So yeah, like we said, that pretty much wraps this episode up here from us. You know the usual guys, leave some comments below about what you thought about this episode and also just what you think about the series in general. You know, if you're a manga fan, it's nice to see like if you're a bit disappointed with the changes they made or if you're happy with it. If you're an anime fan, just if you thought this was just brilliant, a good series or not, you know, leave comments below. As usual, leave some ratings. Always like to get some feedback, and don't forget to check out the other stuff we do on the channel, like obviously the manga series when it decides to get translated. So, guys, that's it from us, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep, guys, catch you next week.